My name is Joe Brown. I'm part of the Hong Kong Willie Preservation Art Group. I live here in Tampa, Florida on I-75, exit 266, and also live in the Florida Keys. We're a true preservation art group. Our main emphasis is to change some people's thoughts about the initial use of something being made for that one use. When I was 6 years old, I went to an art class, and we melted down a Gerber baby food bottle and made a paperweight. Then at the same time, the art teacher was explaining about reuse in Hong Kong. And in coming home, that just stayed on my mind, being so impressive about how she instructed the class. So I thought, that's a neat name, but maybe I'll add something to it. So later on, I added Willie, Hong Kong Willie, as a catch name. And then a few years later, my dad was convinced by the county to take some lowland and turn it into a landfill. And I was so amazed about what would go into the landfill, things that were very usable. My wife and I were going to the Keys a lot, and the fishermen were really influencing us. Then they started influencing our art. And it was neat for them to open up their lives and tell me what transformations that buoys even go through. There's some buoys here that started out at 8 inches. Now they're compressed to 2 inches because they were in deep water. There are some buoys that they use these swivels that wear out after a year that we use on our paintings, that we literally take pieces apart. There's numbers on here. There's numbers that can go to 5 digits, and there's numbers that will be 1 digit. And that means that that particular fisherman has been a lobster fisherman probably back into the early 1900s, or even his family. There's buoys over there that were brand new that the turtles took a chunk out of, and they couldn't be used anymore. And they saved them for the group of Hong Kong Willie. And then my wife was starting to be influenced, and she said, a true Key West artist a long time ago painted on boards. So she started painting on boards. We started acquiring boards from buildings that would be blown down by hurricanes, boards that would float up. And it was a very unique happening because you are actually obtaining part of the history that was maybe going to end up into the landfill, and it was going to get burnt. The group here each year is responsible for literally tons of material that's reused. We've been lucky that we've been touched in such a way that in some elementary forms, without complicated issues, we can literally leave less of a footprint on this earth. We're fortunate that we even have the concept of thinking this way.